Hello guys and gals, and welcome to Farming Simulator 25 how-to series. And in this episode, we are going to talk about grass care. I'm going to show you how to prepare the fields for planting the grass. I'm going to show you when to plant grass, how to plant the grass. I'm going to harvest the grass. I'm going to show you what to do after you harvest the grass. And then we will harvest grass again. So this is going to be somewhat of a long video, but I will go step by step on everything that you need to do to get the best yield from your grass. So let's take a look at the fields. Sorry. Okay, we are here on Riverbend Springs. I actually combined all three fields here, and my farm hands didn't harvest the wheat, so we got nothing but withered crops here. Okay, I am using precision farming, so let's go to precision farming. So you can see that all three fields are combined, and we got 100%. According to this field right now has a potential of a 97% yield. This one has a 92% of yield, and this one has an 88. Now, you can also tell that this field is not the best field. Like this field, field 57, which is mainly, field 57 is mainly 96% loam, 3% sandy loam. But I like, this is just me, you get a better yield if it's all loam, of course. But if you have fields that are like this, all four mixtures, a lot of silty clay, like this field has 41% silty clay, this field has 28%, and this field has 31%. So we got a lot of silty clay here. I found that the best crop that actually grows in fields like this, if you have this in precision farming, is actually grass. Grass grows anywhere. Of course, you get a better yield, just like in any crop, but I found that you do pretty good grass care if you follow the steps I'm going to show you to do this. So what we first need to do is hop in the tractor, and we actually need to mulch. That's right, I said mulch these fields. And what this does, if you mulch the field, gives you a bonus. In planting and everything. Let me just back this up. There we go. It does give you a bonus when you mulch a field. Now, in real life, mulching, what that does, it breaks up the organic and helps it with it, breaks up the organics in the that you have, the stalks, like this stuff, the grass and all this that we have here. It breaks it up and lets it decompose quicker, which turns into nutrients for your field. In Farming Simulator, you just get a bonus. I think you get a 15% bonus yield if you mulch your fields. And it is a good practice to mulch your fields on all your cereal crops, soybeans, corn, and sunflower and sorghum. So that'll help you yield. So what I'm going to do is just start mulching. You can see the difference. You see how that actually looks. And again, this says in Farming Simulator 25, it does give you a bonus. And it does help with the process of the soil. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mulch this field, and I'll bring you back when we're ready for the next step. Okay, guys and gals, the field has been mulched. Okay? And what we need to do is hop into our tractor, and the next process that we need to do is actually lime the field. So I'll go ahead and start liming it. It won't take long. I lime all my fields for the first time. Even if it says perfect, I lime it. Now this field really doesn't need it, but I lime it any which way just to be on the safe side and go from there. So what I'll do is lime this field and just lime it. What liming does, it improves the it's supposed to improve the pH of the pH of the soil, which will help you increase your yield overall. Best practice is have perfect and all that. You can see on the map how it changes and all that. This field really didn't need it. I would have let it go. So turn that off. Now, one thing I do, and this is just me, and I see a lot of YouTubers, all they do is cultivate. Plowing is actually important, especially if you're using periodic plowing. But the reason why it's important is in real life, farmers actually plow their fields, then cultivate. What plowing does, it breaks up the soil. And the reason why I lime before I plow is just habit. When I worked on the dairy farm and we were planting items of planting feed corn or whatever, wheat, grass, hay, whatever we were planting for the cows in the fields that he owned, you want to lime it first and then plow. What plowing does will mix the lime into the soil, get a better distribution. Oops, I screwed up. Yeah, single. There we go. Get better distribution, and the lime gets absorbed into there. And then what we would do was lime it, plow it, cultivate. And what cultivating does, it actually breaks up the clumps. In this game, there's mods that allow you to create fields with cultivators, just like a plow would. I always plow my first field. I use periodic plowing, but I always plow my first field. What plowing does, in the game, it doesn't allow weeds to grow. So I plow my field. That way I don't have to worry about weeds the first time. I have a direct drill which actually cultivates and plants at the same time. That's what a direct drill does. I, uh, and oh, it works better if you lower the plow, buddy. Let's try that again. Because I am using periodic plowing, the first time I actually plant the field, I plow the field. So that way I don't have to worry about weeds for the first growth. When I replant, even if it's a different crop, when I replant, I use the direct drill, which is basically cultivating the land and seeds at the same time. Then I have to weed. And then when it comes up, says, "Hey, you need to plow again," then I will plow the field. That's just what I do. I'm going to use speed mod to kind of speed up everything. And we are just going to plow the field. When planting grass, even if it's a field I've had that I planted and plowed and put a different crop in it, I always, with grass, I automatically I plow the field. Even though you don't get weeds when you grow grass, weeds don't, so you can cultivate if you want to. But I like plowing this to make sure everything is within the step because I use periodic plowing. Now, once you plant the grass, you don't have to worry about plowing again. You just do what you need to do to make it grow. So we got this going. And we are in March. Year 4 on this map. And I might end up resetting this map again, do other series. But this is actually a good map to show you all what you need to do. We're doing pretty good right now. The plow's working. We're plowing up the field, and we'll get this all planted. Now, again, I did combine all three fields together and added a. You can take a look at the left-hand side of the tractor. You see another strip of grass. That's going to disappear because that's part of the field. Unfortunately, the mod I'm using to generate I need to step out. I got hide the map. It's not letting me hide it. There we go. I got hide the map. Hide things on the map. So that's how I did that. It won't. Sometimes it will disappear. Sometimes it will still be on the map, but it won't have any collision on the map. So I like using it. It's a good mod. Okay, we have completely plowed the field. So let's park the plow. And yeah, I was going in the right spot. Okay. And now grab our planter. Yeah, well, this is a cedar planter direct drill. I like it. And go ahead and set this up. Okay, now before we plant, let's go over when to plant grass. Okay, what you need to do is go to, if you're using seasons, you'll see this little date 15. Click on that. And this is your crop calendar. This allows you to, shows you when to plant certain crops. And it shows all the crops that are on this map. We are looking at grass. Grass can be, the green is when you can plant, and the orange is when you can harvest. So we can plant grass between March and this what month we're in. That dotted line going down this way is the month we're in. So we can plant grass. We can plant grass from March to November. Cannot plant grass in December, January, or February. But it also depends on the map that you are playing and how the map maker designed the seasonal growth. I have a map that allows me to plant grass all year round. I have a map that allows me to plant grass May through September. Not May, April through September. So, grass is a continuous growth uh, crop. So once you cut it, it will regrow. It is dormant in doesn't grow in December, January, or February. That's why you can't plant during those months, because it won't grow. And you plant it during those months, you end up wasting seed. It won't grow at all. So you got to plant when this green line is, which is this month. So make sure your seeder by pressing Y. Make sure it's on the correct crop. Now, this planter also has fertilizer. Excuse me. Since we are using precision farming, we only put down one. It puts down the amount of fertilizer needed to grow for that season. If you are not using precision farming, you would need to the next month fertilize for the second month. Unless you're using the mod that allows you to put both applications in. Okay, B to lower, B as in Victor, B as in boy to turn on. And now we are planting the grass. Now, this field has been used several times, so it has a duration, or it has a saturation of fertilizer on it, so you won't see much of a change in the map in the lower left-hand corner. But you will you'll see when we harvest the grass, and I show you what you do after the harvesting, you will see that the grass actually uses a lot of nitrogen, which is your fertilization. So, and if you're using precision farming, you just need to fertilize it once, boom, you're done. If you're not using precision farming, you will need to fertilize twice. So always check your map. If you're not using precision farming, it uses the color blue. There's a light blue, which is your first stage of fertilization, and then there's a dark blue. That's your second stage. So if the field's in the dark blue, after you fertilize, you don't have to worry about it. If it's light blue, that means you gotta wait 1 month and fertilize again. Now you don't have to use the equipment I'm using. You can use basically grass is planted by seeders. This is a mod seeder planter. This plants basically I can plant every crop with this thing. But you got seeders that don't have fertilization, so the next step is to actually fertilize. Basically, your grass is in seeders, not planters, so you would need a seeder to plant your grass if you don't have a modded combination. Always check. Actually, let's go to the store real quick, and I'll go over that seeders. Always check. Make sure this symbol right here is grass. So we got the different types of grass. giant software. This is a Reseeder, but we got that. Overseeing that. I need to get that too. Let me I'm just gonna get that. Okay, if you take a look at your planters, you can see that it doesn't have grass. Unless you got a modded version that outplants everything. Sky, which is the new DLC. Now see, this is a modded and will plant everything except grass. It doesn't have grass on this one. You got to take a look at your seeds to see what it actually plants. This is a modded the Belcher, and you can see that it does plant grass. So selecting the seeder is the correct thing. There are some cultivators that are modded where you can actually cultivate and plant at the same time. You can plant grass or oil seed, and that's all it does. Okay, we are planted and fertilized, so we don't have to do anything except for we need to roll. Now, whether you have precision farming or just regular farming, you do need to roll your fields because it does give you a bonus when you roll. And where was this? It'd be next to the plow. Oh, there. There we go. Now, there's two types of rollers. There's a seed roller and there's a grass roller. Even though we planted grass, you want the seed roller because we planted seeds, not we didn't have grass. So you want to make sure you grab your seed roller. You can see take a look at the rollers, you see the bumps and all this. And what this does, it actually pushes. Get out of here, hogs. It actually pushes the seeds into the ground to help germinate a lot better. So go ahead and start unfolding. Is that finished unfolding? And you do get a bonus both with precision farming and regular farming. You do get a bonus. So it will also increase your yield potential. So we will roll this field. Okay, head speed over right on. Okay. Now I'm just doing ups and downs. You can do the head rolls and all this. Head rows, headers, and all that mumbo jumbo. But it is important to actually to help increase your yield in any crop. Always roll after you plant. So one of the tools that you will possibly need is a roller. Now you don't have to roll. The crop will still grow, but you get a better yield if you roll. So that's the importance of rolling. And I see a lot of YouTubers that don't do it. And I get a lot of comments saying, "Oh, this YouTuber doesn't do it, and he always has a good harvest and all that. He would have had a better harvest if he rolled." So seed rolling actually increases your potential of your yield. So plus help increase the yield potential of the crop that you planted. Now we'll get into there we go. Usually I hide everything that will become an obstruction. Now, I did do a how-to series on precision farming. So if you check the playlist of how-tos, you can see I'll show you how to download it and everything and what it does. Oh, okay. Getting the edge, so that's going to be it. But precision farming is a DLC for the game. You can download it for free off the Farming Simulator Mod Hub, so it does help that. And it actually works pretty good. Hold this up. Okay, and now if we take a look at the field information, you can see soil is a sandy loam, but pH is perfect, nitrogen is perfect. We don't need to do anything else to this field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep a couple months. I'm going to be bringing you back in May and show you what the map, what this field looks like. Okay, guys and gals, we are in May. This is the third month. Planted in March, it grew in April, and now we're in the third month. And it says it's ready to harvest. If you take a look at the bottom section, if you take a look in the lower right hand corner, you'll see field information and you'll see growth. You see two growth stages. One that says ready to harvest, and then growth it says three quarters. Okay, and you take a look at your map under potential under oh, we got some storm damage, which is good. You see, it's ready to harvest, but you don't want to harvest. You want to harvest this when growth is 4 out of 4, 100%. Right now it's 3/4. So this will grow a little thicker and a little taller, and you get a better yield. So I'll bring you back when next month. Okay, guys and gals, we are in June, and if you take a look at the field, it actually looks a lot thicker, a lot lush, and if you take a look at the field information, it says under growth, it's only one growth ready to harvest. So we have reached full growth stage. Now, I'm using the tractor swath to actually harvest. And what this does, I can cut and harvest the grass all in one swoop. And I will do I've done a couple videos on this, and I'll do an updated version of this mod. So let's get this lined up. Okay, I'm gonna B to lower, B to turn on, then I need to do B to lower and B to turn on the forage wagon. Actually, I don't know why it does this. Okay. So you can see that it's cutting grass. Actually, back up. Oh well. So we are now mowing the yard. Use a little speed override to get a little faster here. Now the max width on this is 13.7 meters. I screwed up. And we're just collecting the grass. Now, I will tell you this from experience playing this game, that usually your first, um, with the grass, your first yield is not the best. But if you do the following processes that I'm showing you, you have potential to increase your yield over time. That's crop damage right there. That's, that's crop damage. So far we have over 100,000 liters. Not bad. And we had 2 spots of crop damage. There's a second spot right there. Well, over 200,000 liters. I get it when I. Okay, we got a couple small patches. Okay. Just gotta detach that. And I'm gonna write down the total. Which is 229,000. 29,314 liters of grass. That's up from our first harvest. So it's not too bad. But there. And I'm just gonna put this in here. Empty it out. And all that. Well, that's emptying. I'm gonna hop out. Thank you. Now, if you had the season one pass, or if you're interested in the season one pass, link is down below in the description. There's a vulture pack, and what this does, this allows you to reseed damaged areas. It only allows you to reseed grass and oil seed. That's all it does. And this is actually the first time I'm using it. So I don't know exactly how everything works. So we hit X. Oh, okay. Now I want to unfold. So the areas that got damaged, we're going to try to reseed. Oh, I'm going to assume B. Yes. And what it does is this reseeds the damaged areas. I'm just going to do this whole thing. And you want to do this before you fertilize, because this does not add fertilization. So this is gonna reseed areas that are damaged. Fold this up and pull this out of the way. Okay, next we need to fertilize. And this is my sprayer I'm using. And if we take a look at the map, and we'll go to precision farming, pH, it's okay. It's not the best, not the greatest. Nitrogen sucks. And if we hop out, pH is good. This is nitrogen perfect. Oh, I screwed up. Yeah, I did. What I do is now you can do this in any way you want. No, why are you not spraying? Hit B. Now this does have the it only sprays what it needs, and if you take a look at the lower left hand corner, you can see the changes of the color of the um, nitrogen of the map, and only sprays the exact amount of fertilizer that needs. Usually I lime it then fertilize it, but I screwed up because I forgot about liming. Now, different shades of green is the soil types that we have. I'm just going to move this back. Okay. For some reason, everything here is just rotating. Moving this stuff out of the way. There we go. I'm just going to move. Unload this. And we'll grab the line spreader. Usually I lime it, then spray it. But I kind of screwed up my routine here. GPS all set up on this map, on this field. And this time we will see a color change. I can tell you that much right now. And you can see in the lower right hand corner, it is changing. You want to have perfect for the grass. Oh, no, 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 no. Or was I going the right way? Okay, that is done. So now we fertilized and limed it. The next thing that we need to do is roll the grass, and you need a grass roller for it. Pop you there. You can, do not use the seed roller. Use the grass roller. And I'll show you why here in a second. If we take a look at the store, there's two types of rollers. We have rollers, and you got different types of seed rollers. I'm using the Diablo. But then you come down here to grasslands, you have grass rollers. And you get different types of grass rollers. Again, I'm using the Diablo. And if we hop out, take a look at the back of this Diablo, you can see that the rollers themselves are smooth. And if we take a look at this Diablo, you can see that there's ridges in this. So there are two different types for two different types of rolling. This helps push the seeds down in the ground. This roller, all it does, it allows it to push the grass down. Now, in precision farming, this does give you a bonus, but does not help with the yield. It actually helps with the environmental score. So, get in the habit of rolling your fields, grass fields, because that will help increase your environmental score overall, which means you get a bigger percentage of when you sell crops and all that mumbo jumbo. And you can tell by the texture. Whether it's been rolled or not. Again, this increases your environmental score. Does not increase the potential yield. Overall, I found if I do these 3 steps every time I cut the grass, overall my yields have improved. I don't know why that missed that section. Maybe it was a bump or something. I'll go over it. And this is the first time I've used the Reseeder, so we'll see how it works. Only way I have found that actually help that actually removes damage, crop damage from the field is plowing. Not cultivating, but plowing. Again, this is the first time I'm using this Reseeder. So we'll see how this does, see if it works. I think it's more designed for when the hogs eat everything up. But we'll see how it does. I'm gonna do that section. That's just bugging me. I don't know why he did that. It might be a bump or something that I missed. There we go. And GPS, sometimes you can click on it and then move forward and it just clicks off. I don't know why. Also, if you buy a field and it has tram lines on it, only way to get, even if you go on the map and click no tram lines, only way to get rid of the tram lines is to actually plow. So another reason to have a plow. Okay, so we've harvested everything. pH is perfect, nitrogen's perfect, everything's done. So what I'll do is I'll bring you back when we are ready to harvest the field again. Okay, guys and gals, we're back. Field is ready to be harvested. So let's harvest it. What the heck? Hang on a second, guys. I got to clear all these bales out of here. I don't know why they have this popping up there. Shouldn't be. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys and gals, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. So we'll go back to mowing. Ah, we got different crop damage in a different area now. But we should still have a pretty good yield. Crop damage there this time. Other area looks like it grew back, so that does work. That reseeder does work. It only works on grass and oilseed, but it does work. Uh, uh, Okay, okay, grass is done. We actually lost, according to that. This time, come on. Thank you. We got 226. We actually lost 3,000 liters, and might have been because of the crop damage. The other part was redone, but let's take a look. Okay, we had a good yield here, and yeah. So over time, we actually got worse this time, but over time, we will increase. You keep doing it, doing the the 4 steps, I guess. And over time, you will see an increase in yield and everything. Again, if you are doing nothing but loam, you will have a high yield. But overall, that reseeder, you can see that it reseeded, and I did remember I didn't just do the part, I did part of it, so that's probably why we lost 3,000, because I reseeded part of this. But you can see we've got a little crop damage here. If you only do the area that is damaged, it should increase, and I did a big section. That's probably my fault. It's probably where I lost the 3,000. Overall, not bad. pH is good, nitrogen's perfect, everything's good on it right now. But that's how you harvest, how you plant. What you need to do to prepare the fields for grass, what you need to do to plant the grass, when to plant the grass, harvest the grass, preparing for the next harvest, and harvest again. So we did have a good increase. Now, the reason why I had 3,000 difference in yield is because of the reseeder. And I reseeded a bigger section than what I should have. So that's my fault. But over time, you keep on line, fertilize, reseed, line, fertilize, and roll the grass. Over time, you will see the fields improve and get a bigger yield, a better yield overall. So, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and bell. We're trying to build a good farming sim community, and I need your help to do it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell. Also, do me a favor, hit that like button, and if you're watching on a mobile device, hit that hype button and share this video with a friend. And as always, have fun playing your games, be safe out there in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.